so in the recent years, the argument over the use of electronic schools. Oh, introduction. Sorry. So I am Daryl.
So
And
I'm Angus.
so by right, we're supposed to have Dominic here with us, but apparently he's not here. So it's just going to be the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our topic today is electronics devices in schools. Now, in the recent years, the argument over the use of electronic devices in schools has gotten a lot of attention as technology becomes more intertwined in our everyday lives. So we're going to do a study on the benefits as well as the drawbacks of introducing electronic gadgets in schools. And do note that electronic gadgets that we are talking about right now is about like laptops and personal iPhones, personal phones.
Personal phone.
Yeah. So in our local survey, we have 12 participants and seven respondents agree with electronic devices in schools, while the other 5 respondents disagree with allowing electronic devices in schools. So the majority of, which is 6 out of 7, who agreed, they see that allowing electronic devices in school benefits in information gathering, and they encourage the independent inquiry and extending learning opportunities. The other 4 respondents emphasized the necessity of communication, particularly in situations when mobile devices allow students to contact their parents or guardians quickly in emergency cases.
So there are 4 out of 5 respondents who oppose permitting of electronic device in schools because they mentioned there are potential distractions during class as their main worry. So they voice concerns about kids are persuaded to be engaged in non-educational activity such as social media or gaming. Furthermore, 2 respondents highlighted disciplines issues organizing for the usage of technology devices such as posting unsuitable websites. So, despite varying perspectives, the studies found that shared beliefs about the benefits of electronic device in the educations. So, the majority of responders, 6 out of 12, saw acquiring information as a substantial advantage. So, furthermore, 3 respondents emphasized the significance of students' wellness, citing how technology gadgets may help in emergency circumstance and improve communications.
Now, in the concerns that the respondents highlighted, theft was the most commonly highlighted issues, with 6 respondents concerning about the loss of theft of important items. 4 other respondents mentioned the distractions in classrooms. And 1 responder identified as an unusual scenario, underscoring the need of addressing unanticipated risk. So with that aside, we have done a bit of studies done on electronic devices in classrooms. So electronics, miracle tool or illegal item? So Tyndall and Bolander in 2011 and McCoy 2016 did a study on seeing how students get affected by allowing electronics in classrooms. So students who are allowed electronics in their classrooms have been reported using their devices for text messaging and using them about from 15 to every 15 to 30 minutes in a 6-hour long period. Now, 90% of these students who have been allowed to use their devices have been reported to be using their devices to text message. And this takes up about 1/3 of their class time. Now, this may not sound big, but it's actually quite big. Now, next is Kuznikov and Tisworth in 2013, has made a study regarding the effects of students who are allowed using electronic devices in classrooms. Well, students who are allowed to use these devices retain low quality notes, they get less information, and they also get lower marks on tests regarding the material that they were studying on that day. They also get low benefits, low motivation. Not just that, Sana et al. In 2013 also did a study and proved that 80% of the students who were allowed using electronic devices agreeing on that multitasking in classrooms caused a lot of distraction. Elliot Durrance in 2013 also did a study on banning or not banning the laptops in classrooms to see how it would affect students. So what Elliot Durrance found was that banning laptops made students get low quality work, low attendance in classrooms, and low exam scores. Now, one thing that McCoy did say in 2016 was that boredom was one of the reasons that students would use electronic devices in classrooms. Therefore, Rosengren et al. Did a study on students' attention in classrooms. So, um, Rosengren et al. Found out that students paid the highest attention when teachers changed their behavior in teaching. Kay and Larissa in 2014 did a study saying that students may prefer using laptops and devices in classrooms, which may be helpful for them. And well, they did find out that students are more motivated to participate in academic activities, also in collaborating and communicating with their peers, which is a good thing. Now, Angus.
Okay. So based on the facts, the permissibilities of electronic device discussions have been discussed by educators and parents worldwide. So based on the facts, countries like United States and South Korea, they support students using electronic device in schools. That is because they think that students can learn technology skills and also learning online resources using electronic device. Besides that, countries like Finland and France, they does not support using technology device because they think that electronic device are unhelpful for them. For them, more promoted on using face-to-face interactions because they think that the students can learn critical thinking social skills and also overall well-being. So when considering on Malaysian governments, there are positive and negative effects on electronic device. Although electronic device can cause distractions and improper usage, but they think that Malaysian governments should strike a balance, although then facing distractions and improper usage problems. So in conclusions, Malaysia government should use electronic devices in classrooms, but also facing the problem of distraction and improper usage. So student must be use it wisely and have using a proper method without using in other places, and also learning more knowledge and also online resources and having more technology skills. And that's all for us.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
How to get the stream. And that will be all.
Hi, Mabel, Carlos, and Jason. Do you guys have slides to show?
No?
No.
Okay, over to you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Jason, and here are my team members, Mabel and Carlos. Today, I want to talk to you. We want to talk to you about the things, something that which is important, which is not usually brought up, which is abolishing school dress codes. Let's start now. As we all know that there are many of students are facing the unfair that which is caused by the dress codes. This can cause the gender bias and body shaming. It bothers us as students which don't deserve and take care of and core of their life. During this part, we challenge we were having a discussion with the peers, teachers, and friends. We challenged assumption and found many common grounds. In my opinion, we must focus on abolishing the school dress codes. That is because it can prevent the it can address inequalities, prevent biases, and let students freely express for themselves. Right?
Thank you, Jason. So, after we decided on this idea of abolishing dress codes, we decided to have surveys on our peers, which are also students who are now studying in high schools or middle schools. So, according to our research, we found that from the surveys from Google Forms, 50% of people agreed saying yes to abolishing dress codes, while 50% of people said no to abolishing dress codes. The reasons are as follows. People who support abolishment of dress codes says that abolishing dress codes help them express their individuality, encourage their creativity, and makes them themselves by expressing themselves. Yes. While the people who said no claims that abolishing dress codes might actually harm the school's image as people are not wearing the same clothes and also harms discipline as people don't tend to listen to the school rules and wear dress codes. However, according to our surveys, we found out that 100% of students agreed that school uniforms are uncomfortable and are actually hot when in humid weather. And that's what we found out from our survey. Now move on to the next part.
You may think what are the pros and cons of what we said. The pros is that it will give students freedom, but that they won't complain or say anything bad about the school to their parents or someone else. They will also be more comfortable with their own choice in dressing. It also does not make sense for us to wear such clothes that are uncomfortable and very hot due to the weather in our country. And as a prefect, you would have to wear an extra vest or a coat on top of your school uniform, so it will be very uncomfortable, and it might cause some not mental, it might cause some sickness and physical issues. The cons is that you can take care of the school image because your students will dress nicely and they'll follow the dress code. It will make your school look like a very prestigious school. You can also ensure the fairness in students because all of the students are wearing the same clothes, and it's fair for them. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for your sharing, Carlos. So now, after knowing the pro and cons of abolishing dress codes, like pro and cons, right? Pro and cons of abolishing dress codes, we would now move on to life examples and references we can take from the real life world. For example, in Europe, actually America, there's the state called Utah, and there's this West High School in Utah. They actually have new dress codes, which allow students to wear tops like pajamas, hoodies, and sleeveless shirts, while they allow students to wear pants such as sweatpants, skirts, shorts, leggings, and dresses, and also allow students to wear hats and head coverings, which I think it's actually a valuable reference we can take in Malaysia because in Utah, the peak of summer is 38 degrees Celsius average. I mean, the peak is 38 degrees Celsius, while their lowest is 26 degrees Celsius. So I suggest that we can take their summer wearing habits during the peaks as a reference for Malaysia because in Malaysia, our weather is around 36, 37, 38, something like that, when the sun is really hot in the mornings and middays. So I think we can actually take it as an example. Now for Carlos.
So I'm going to talk about Japan. The schools in Japan, they made a significant changes in the abandoning the rules of uh, hair and dress codes. The move is to promote the individuality and self-expression of among the students. Traditionally, many Japanese schools the rules very strict. They enforce the rules strictly and enforces the rules strictly of students' appearances and hair. The rules made the students have to adhere to these rules, and by having to have certain hair colors and types of colors of underwear. If you disobey or don't respect the school's rule, you get suspension or even worse, you might even need to change school. In recent years, there's been a growth of recognition of the importance of individuality and diversity in education. If the school don't give any rules that are too strict, it might actually make the school a more inclusive and accepting environments for the students. Now it will make the students want to study since it will make the students want to study even more and try their hardest in school.
So that's a cool point. Now, after seeing these real life examples and researches, pro and cons of abolishing school dress codes, how about we move on to our personal opinions? What is your opinions on abolishing of dress codes? Do you support or not support? Jason?
In my opinion, the schools should not abolish the dress codes. That is because school dress code is important for each student and every student must obey the school rules. This can help the schools to of take care of their image of the schools.
That's a nice point, Jason. So my personal opinion is I support the abolishment of dress codes. Why? Because in Malaysia we all wear thick clothing. For boys, they might need to wear long pants, which are actually kind of thick, made out of cotton or other thick material. For girls, if you're non-Muslim, you need to wear a double layer pinafore. Like inside there's a shirt, and then outside there's a pinafore. Basically, 2 layers. And if you're a Muslim girl, then you gotta wear long hat. Long dress, which is actually baju kurung, but it's still 2 layer. So I don't think it's a suitable design in Malaysia because Malaysia is a tropical country. It's a tropical country. So if you wear such designs, it's gonna make people feel hot. Although nowadays in modern times we have all those light uniforms, they're not made of cotton anymore, they're made of something more thin, but it's still very hot for us students and we don't feel comfortable. That's why I think we should abolish these dress codes that forces students to wear these certain types of school uniforms so we can have a more comfortable learning environment.
For me, I think that schools should not ban dress codes. Because from our research, we found that it actually decreases bully rate. Since the bully rate is increased, the students won't go. The victim of the bully case will not go to school and be thinking like, oh, I need to get ready, I have to prepare money for the bully and be very worried and don't want to go to school. Instead, they can build self-esteem and develop social skills. That's all from us. Thank you.
Yeah. So from the conclusion, we decided that we should not ban dress codes. So we should not abolish dress codes. Sorry. So instead of abolishing the whole dress code thingy, we decided that we can actually improve it. For example, we can keep all the bully rate stuff and all the discipline stuff by having the school rules, dress codes there. Without actually abolishing it, we can have the school uniforms redesigned or improved by changing the design. Because as you know, there are actually hot spells, whatever, going on in Malaysia, and the Ministry of Education of Malaysia actually allowed students to wear sports wears or casual wears to school so they don't feel too hot, which is a temporary solution to the heat wave thingy because if they wear the uniform, it's kind of too hot. And we cannot just keep on wearing sportswear forever to school until the heat is over because we might have heat spells in the future too. So we decided that we could keep the dress codes, but we improved them by changing the school uniform designs. Thank you.
That's all from me. See you in the next slide.
Okay, so so hello everyone. Our name is Alfred.
And I am Brian.
And I'm Joey.
Okay, so today we are going to presenting about the research where prostitution should be banned or not in Malaysia. Yeah, so most of the students go for tuition. Yeah, you know, whether it's at some is at home, some is at at the tuition center, and many more. But considering most of the student go to tuition, RN is not stranger to tuition. Okay, so okay, sorry. Okay, so uh, okay, so we have a research about two different type of groups, which one is called uh, Champs Education Center, and one is also payment groups. We have this did research regarding the what is it again? Yeah, we have did research about two example and two different type of student groups, and also we have did a simple research about the country that surprisingly tuition is banned. Okay, so I'm going to so first of all I'm going to talk about the student groups and what do you call that? A student group in Champ Education Center. Yes. Okay. So sorry. Okay. So regarding most of the slide please, number. Okay. Make the slide here. Okay. Right. So. Right, so considering that most of the responses, which is about 15 responses, yeah, 15 responses out of 18, believe that tuition should not be banned in Malaysia. Well, the reason stated. Do you know the reason?
No.
No, you know.
No.
Okay, no, okay. So basically, like most of the students says that most of the people says that it helps, especially help weak students at the subjects, and also it is very important for some academic success and achievements. Yeah. Okay. While there's some minority of the people, about two people says that tuition should be banned in Malaysia due to due to everyday stress in the schooling life and also cannot spend their own daily life and cannot balance their life cannot balance their life rather than spending their whole time at tuition. Yeah. Okay, so okay, so I hope you guys are once experienced that like you spend the whole day at the school or at school program, and you know the whole day you are at school and you got some tuition at the end. Well, actually I have experienced I have experienced once before lah. Like I have to wake up at 5 a.m. as usual for waking up to school, and then I have to like go to school, and that day was my geography presentation that day. And that geography teacher was so annoying that he keeps asking some a lot of questions, like for example, like, hey, why, how, and then he has very such yeah, that not related questions and stuff. So it was so annoying and tiring. And also and also that day was also sport practice of sport day, which I have to stay back at school. And after that, after I stay back, I got tuition again. Well, that's kind of tiring, right? Do you guys also have some experience about this?
Yes.
Like what experience? Like what?
Like every day is busy on the school stuff until at third at 30
Eight,
at 9.
nine.
Yes.
Nine. Nine, you got tuition.
Not tuition, but busy on the school stuff.
School stuff. And you still got tuition, right?
Yes.
How about you?
Same as Brian.
Since you are twins lah, are you guys got a lot of tuition and stuff lah? So it's kind of busy, you know. Okay, so anyways, we go to the second slide, which is here. You know, it's at here. Okay. 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 Excuse me. Okay. So the. Okay. Excuse me. For the question that for the next one is do the researchers go the tuition or not? Okay. Considering most of the students, 17 or out of 18, go to tuition. This shows like strong reliance on tuition among the surveyed group. That means to their supplement to their regular academic studies lah. And they believe also their results will be shoot up and also grow up and improve it, when they go to tuition. Well, however, one student which doesn't go to tuition, which represent a small minority. Okay, so for the next thing over here. Okay, basically, okay, so based on what I've mentioned, considering like about like 80%, which is like about like 14 or 15, 14, yeah, 14 of the of the students believe that they can do well, and they confidence in they can do very well in next few terms of the exam. Yeah. So this is because this represents a positive mindset, mindsets, and also belief in their academics purposes. Yeah. And there also and there's like about like 20% says that they didn't believe about the one they didn't believe they can do confident in their next few terms because there's got unsatisfactory understanding or a need for the improvement of the class lah. Okay, so all in all, I'm going to pass the mic to Brian. Thank you.
And so the next section will be the survey from outside CHAMPS, which is from PayMe. And so the main finding of this survey is that all respondents think that tuition should not be banned in Malaysia. And for the role of tuition, there's various of perspective. And someone think that tuition act as a second schools, because they in student that what they have learned can be consolidated, and also student is tuition is a place to fulfill their curiosity for knowledge. And someone also highlight the importance of tuition that student can be exposed to different kinds of type of question. And for the next question is tuition necessary for scoring high marks? So 4 people think that tuition is necessary because tuition provide a good cognitive learning environment and also provide extra exercise. And 3 people think that tuition is not necessary because they think the key of scoring high marks is to have a good attitude, such as learning attentively in class, also studying diligently at home. And for the next question is
the impact of for banning tuition from the different economic backgrounds, and most of it think that there are the poor appreciate the paid tuition, lose appreciate learning environment. And also some of them think that the competition between poor and the rich will be fair because they rely on themselves. And there's also a person think that talent is hard to be discovered, and a person think that there is no impact. And for the last part of this survey is about the opinion on how can how can parents, teachers, and government do to reduce the relying on tuition. And so for the parents, they can involve more in the student academic progress. They can also help in to urge the student to study hard at home and also help them in their weak subject if the parents have the ability. And so for teacher can update students information on the academic progress to the parents. Also help those who do not do well in tests or maybe homework after the lesson. And for government, they can help competition such as writing competition with attractive reward to encourage the student to learn. And also government can give bonus or rewards like that to those who do well in a test. And relevant units can also implement stricter strategy for better discipline. And also provide training to teacher on how to use those technology teaching methods. And now I would like to pass the mic to Joy.
This policy doesn't exist in Malaysia, but however, for the purpose of our research, we have found a policy that was in China, and a policy called double reduction policy. It starts from 24th July 2021. The contents of this policy are private tuitions over weekends and holidays has been banned. No new licenses have been issued for new academic centers. For existing academic centers, they need to register as non-profit institution, and schools have to reduce daily homework. This policy this policy makes some positive effects. That is, teachers can break their own inherent education method. And this policy provides favorable ideological environment and career development space for ambitious teachers with good teaching method. And the negative effect of this policy, one of the negative effect of this policy is teachers begin to worry about students' academic performance. They believe that the essence of exam-oriented education has not changed. So they started to afraid about students' academic performance. This makes the teachers face severe anxiety. Moreover, teachers also have faced difficulty to assign flexible and personalized homework tasks. And due to the large sizes of China classes, teachers are difficult to assign personalized homework tasks that's suitable for different students. And some teachers started to doubt their teaching ability and show low self-efficacy. And some teachers believe this policy will lead to the failure to understand the actual academic level difference between students in the homework feedback and assessment stage. In a nutshell, I think Malaysia should not ban tuition so that students can have high performance in school and improve our self-confidence. That's all for me.
Right, that's all from us. Thank you.
Still, the mic is still muted.
Guys, do you have slides?
Yes.
Okay, you will have to get the slides up and then we'll share it inside here. Can Can you share it inside StreamYard?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. I see it already. This one, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we are ready for you.
Good evening, folks. Today we are here to present to you. Our topic is a comparative of school facilities of Malaysia, Australia, and KU. Let the discussion begin. As you can see, this survey is based on the opinion of Peimin Middle School and Riamrut Middle School, which are independent schools, and Chonghua Middle School, which are government schools. First of all, most of these two types of schools, government school and independent school, their facilities are both very not good, and such as the fence and furniture are not in a good state. The general consensus is that the furniture is not in a good satisfactory. Since Malaysia is very hot, this will cause students and teachers feel uncomfortable, and this is a negatively impact to the environment. In additionally, the problem of aircon broken is also frequently happening. This is because the facilities are already very old. This causes students feel irritable and can't focus on their class. Obviously, according to the survey, it can be seen many facilities are broken in schools. But why? This is because the lack of maintenance and repairs. If the facilities are good, students will feel comfortable. For example, Kelly's class have a good air conditioning system. This is a positive aspect. This will help in the environment for teaching, learning, and improving the productivity. On the other hand, colors class don't have a good furniture. This will make them can't focus on the class. Additionally, there is also a problem of lack of mop in the class, and this shows the lack of the cleanliness. In the summary, we can know that in Malaysia, there's many problems in the facilities. That's all of my. That's all. Let's pass the mic to Jaden.
Thank you, Huyan. Now, after we've gone through the facilities in Malaysia, let's compare it with Australia. Australia offers an exceptional experience to all students around the world. They have the best facilities and state-of-the-art infrastructure. They consist of advanced laboratories, multimedia equipped classrooms, and inclusive education. First one, let's talk about advanced laboratories. Schools like Queensland Academy of Science, Mathematics, and Technology, they have advanced laboratories for subjects specifically for biology, physics, robotics, chemistry, and nanotechnology. The biology laboratory is specially equipped with technology for students to study genetic biology, microbiology, and cell biology. Their nanotechnology lab is also specialized, equipped with advanced technologies for students to investigate in nanotype materials and phenomena. Next, let's talk about multimedia equipped classrooms. Schools like North Beaches Christian School, they have interactive whiteboards, tablets, and digital resources for the students to use. They have their own learning platform and digital textbook. They also have interactive modules, multimedia presentations, and other educational resources. Digital tools such as laptops and tablets are also given to the students to be used so that they can access multimedia content and interactive educational materials. Besides that, they also have virtual learning platforms for video conference tools for them to utilize remote learnings and virtual collaborations and connect with guest hosts. Schools like Camberwell High School of Australia also includes inclusive education, which allows students with all backgrounds and abilities to have the same opportunities and the same chance in education. The Camberwell High School will prepare ramps, elevators, modified toilets to accommodate students with mobility difficulties. Besides that, they also have special programs and services such as additional learning services and counseling. They also have special support such as speech therapy, occupational therapy, and social, emotional, and academic welfare of the students. In all, Australia gives a comprehensive and enriching experience to the students. That's all from me. Let's welcome Ryan.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ryan. After comparing Australia, let's talk about Kenya school facilities. Let us talk about the shining hope for communities in Kenya. It is a secondary school in Kenya. This school has one of the worst school facilities in the world. However, is it true that only good school can cultivate talents? For example, Kennedy Odele it is important to note that Shining Hope for Communities is a large organization with a wide range of programs and services. While some of its facilities may be in poor condition, others are well maintained and provide essential service to the communities they serve.
Sit for the final.
So in conclusion, not only the school that have good facilities, teachers can cultivate talents, normal schools also can cultivate excellent students. In my opinion, the most important thing is that the student is willing to work hard.
Now, unfortunately, we have another friend called Ethan, which couldn't attend because of a cold. His topic was about on how to improve the education facilities in Malaysia. So let's talk about it. First, he wrote that good quality classroom facilities can greatly enhance our educational journey. Issues such as the need of air conditioning, the importance of cleanliness, and the responsible maintenance of classrooms are needed to be resolved. First of all, air conditioning for a comfortable studying environment. We all know that Malaysia doesn't have 4 seasons, but you do know that the students faint and even die because of high temperatures. A cool studying environment can comfort us and allow us to focus on our studies without being affected by the heat. To address this, we can promote AC installations in each classroom by organizing a car wash program to raise funds for it, like my school. And with regulated temperatures, we won't have to worry about the scorching heat and concentrate better on our learnings.
On the other hand, maintaining cleanliness for a cleaner learning space, would you prefer a dirty and messy environment to study? For me, no. In order to work or study well, a clean environment is important. Keeping our classrooms clean is essential for all of us, better students and teachers. If we ignore our responsibility, the class may become messy, hindering our learning environment. To maintain class cleanliness, schools can enforce their rules to be more strict, like my school, community survey service for a week if students don't do their job. By taking personal responsibility for our space, we can contribute to a clean and pleasant classroom environment that gives us positive learning space.
At least responsible maintenance of classroom assets. It is important that we it is important that we take care of the things in our classroom. If something is broken or not working properly, schools should replace or repair it ASAP, or else it really doesn't give us the studying feel. Instead of replacing and repairing, students should pay for their damages so they can learn their lesson. This is responsible maintenance guarantees a safe and well-equipped classroom environment that makes our learning journey well.
In conclusion, by prioritizing these needs, we can create an ideal learning environment for the students in Malaysia to focus on their studies, maximize their potentials, and enjoy a comfortable and qualified educational experience. Let's promote these improvements and work together towards a brighter future in our classrooms. Thank you. That is
Thank you.
all.